Hey, what's up, YouTube? TFO 619 in the building, and I got a different kind of video today to show you guys. As you can tell by the title, this is my personal top 10 um, trainer cards, best trainer cards post rotation. This rotation is happening in legitimately like a couple days, and a subscriber, he they asked me if I can make my own personal top 10 list, and I said I'll give it a try. So um, I have 10 cards right here, or whatever, a little more than 10, but you'll see why. Of what I think the most, I guess, like the most important cards, or I guess kind of like the best cards. Maybe not the best cards, but they're definitely the most important cards post rotation. Um, the only thing I didn't include, of course, was VS Seeker and Lysander. Um, those two, those two cards are, I mean, hands down, just completely busted. I mean, we've had cards like Lysander in the past, and VS Seeker is just a straight up reprint. Just to for those who don't know. So I didn't include those cards because those cards are a given. Those two are like the best cards just as of right now. So I didn't include those two cards for said reasons. So to get into my personal list, the first card is Sycamore, Professor Sycamore. This card, hands down, to me, is the best card. Just that's out right now, trainer wise. Um, there's only one time really you would be dissatisfied to see this card, and that's if you have multiple copies in your hand, or if you have this card with like three VS Seekers in your hand. That's when you don't want to see this card. Other than that, you don't mind having this card. Being able to just discard your hand and draw seven new cards is it's just insane. It can get you out of a lot of sticky situations, and this is the best card really to help just dig through your deck and get new cards and such. So, hands down, Professor Sycamore to me is the best card, of course, post rotation. Um, After that, I think Trainer's Mail. Um, Trainer's Mail lets you look at the top four cards and choose a trainer card, and then shuffle the rest back into your deck. So this really helps dig out the Sycamores and any other trainer cards that you may need. Um, it's just a really good card, and just kind of see what you had coming, and dig for all your trainer cards. It's just, yeah, I think it's really good, and that's played in uh, practically every deck, if I'm not mistaken. Both of these actually played in every deck, so I think that's my number two choice right there, is Trainer's Mail. My number three choice is Ultra Ball. Really, what can be said about Ultra Ball that hasn't been said? You discard two cards and search your deck for whatever Pokemon you want. Whatever Pokemon you want. So, of course, the 1-2 combo is ditched Ultra Ball, discard two cards, grab Hoopa, and Scoundrel Ring for EX Pokemon number one, EX Pokemon number two, and Shaman EX. That's just really, it's really what Ultra Ball is a lot used for. But just to be able to search your deck for any Pokemon, discarding two cards, and discarding the two cards, it can be bad. I mean, nobody really wants to discard stuff all the time, but I mean, you can discard supporters to play versus Seeker. You can discard energy if you have a deck that plays from energy in the discard, or whatever the case may be. It helps you get cards you want in your discard pile while searching for a Pokemon. So I think Ultra Ball is straight legit. The next set I should think of, or I think is really one of the more important cards, is your stadiums. Um, Stadium Wars now mean so much more than they did in the past. And I'm not talking about way back, but a little bit, before, pre, rotation and stuff like that. But still, I mean, everyone was just running rampant with like Burbank City, and that was pretty much the stadium, Tropical Beach, stuff like that. But now stadiums have gotten so much more versatile, and winning the war means so much more. So I have some examples of like the powerhouse stadiums. So I have Parallel City, which is two different options in one card. You can either limit your bench or your opponent's bench to three, which is extremely powerful. Or you can choose you or choose. I don't know why you would do that, but you can either choose you or choose your opponent, and their grass, fire, and water type Pokemon do 20 less or their damage is reduced by 20 before applying weakness and resistance. So you can lower your opponent's damage, or yours, I guess, or you can limit their bench to three or your own bench to three, and that it's really good card. Fairy Garden for free retreat for fairy decks. Force the Giant Plant so you can evolve your grass Pokemon right away is really good. Shrine of Memories to use the attacks of your previously of your like non your previously staged Pokemon. I don't even know how to say it, but yeah, really good in like the Mewtwo deck. Silent Lab to just shut off basic Pokemon abilities is busted as hell, and then Skyfield to have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench. And you guys see, you've all seen the one of the these stadiums in like pretty much like all like the powerhouse decks, even in expanded and stuff like that. But you see these stadiums all the time, and I think right now it's a really crucial time to win the stadium more if if it can like guarantee you the win or slow down your opponent. I mean, you guys seen Rainbow Road and Mega Rayquaza, like they need Skyfield in order to do that big damage and just OHKO everything. Shrine of Memories with Mewtwo to keep damage changing. Force of Giant Plants, get turn 1 Plume, set up your Mega Sceptile, set up Ariados right away. You guys seen that with the, busted, what is it, Big Fan or Big Wind or Whirlwind Shiftry, and just stuff like that. Chaos Wheel with Parallel City. If you Parallel City them to 3, or if you Lysander something, Parallel City them to 3, and then Chaos Wheel, they're stuck at 3, and they have like a Shaman in the active, a Hoopa, and like 1 maybe 2 more attackers or whatever. Like you guys seen that? It's just busted. So to me, I think stadiums are a really important card right now. Next card is N, which is still a reprint, but I chose N because it is, it potentially could be a really good shuffle draw early game or whatever. It's offense and defense in the same card. Times that you play N is either when your hand is really crappy, when you play your hand down and you have, just a couple of cards, you play N to, refill your hand. You play N like literally like right after your opponent knocks out your EX Pokemon and they go down to 4 prizes. Like N is a card that you wouldn't mind seeing. You play N. I know I played N since Talonflame is pretty popular, starting with it, the Arrow Blitz, and they get 2 cards, get whatever 2 cards from their deck, and they don't have to show you. Like I end them right away. Like I couldn't tell you how many times where people, Arrow Blitzed, and I was like N, just over and over and over again, because they have 2 cards that I know legitimately they want, and can, it's defense to shuffle them back into the deck. It helps you stop decking out. You play N and you put cards. You can potentially put cards back into your deck so you don't deck out. So there's a lot of versatility with N. So I really do think that is an important card. The next important card is Floatstone. Sorry about the World Championship one. I really just didn't feel like digging one out of stuff. I didn't look that good, but I just found this one. So yeah, Floatstone. With the cards that discard your opponent's tool cards or or whatever you want to put it, like the megaphones or OSIG stuff like that. There's only really Pokemon that discards your tools, and I mean you can watch out for them, but just with those being gone, Floatstone is really just gonna run rapid. Just being able to give the Pokemon that's attached to free retreat is really good. I mean, you guys seen it with the Keldeo Russian Floatstone nonsense. You guys are seeing it now with Zoroark, Stand-In, Floatstone. Just to be able to Floatstone your Hoopas or your Volcanions with 3 retreat or just whatever you need. And when something gets knocked out, you can promote something with the Floatstone and see what you're gonna draw. Calculate your turn, see what you can do, and then retreat into your attacker or whatnot. It's just really good. So Floatstone definitely one of the more important cards. The next important card is Pokemon Ranger. There's a lot of cards out there, a lot of Pokemon's attacks that can lock decks out of whatever they're trying to do, standard and expanded actually. But just going forward with standard, Jolteon and Glaceon, Stardust Jirachi, all that, fun stuff. Just Pokemon Ranger just gives you a chance to kind of just say, nah, it's Marowak Bodyguard, but in a supporter form. And this has lost me games. Like I have been locking someone out of their deck, and then they played the Ranger, and then got to attack or whatever, and I lost the game because they had the Ranger. I don't see this being a heavy count in decks. Honestly, really no more than 2. Definitely 1 though. But just being able to just say no to whatever your opponent's kind of trying to lock you down with for a turn could really just swing the difference and to make it a win or a loss. The next card is Ninja Boy, which is also a new supporter. Ninja Boy I think is really, really good. It's probably a little higher on this list, honestly. It helps you get out of bad starts. You start Hoopa, start Shaman, whatever. It also lets you, switch your active Pokemon, but have all the energies. So toolbox decks are really, really viable to just Ninja Boy into whatever they need to attack with, whether it's for weakness or whether for it's a specific lock, whatever your opponent's trying to do. Just Ninja Boy is so good. You have some damage on you can Ninja Boy into a Shaman and just Sky Return, and you grab your Shaman, you got your energy, and you get that damage off the field. Helps prevent knockouts. Just Ninja Boy is just a really, really good card. Just really, really good. I really love that card. The next is Fighting Fury Belt. Plus it's like a newer expert belt. I don't know if you guys remember what expert belt does, but Fighting Fury Belt, it does plus 40 to your basic Pokemon and then adds 10 damage to their attacks, and that 10 just means so much now with all the buffs you can get and everything like that. Just that 10 damage is crucial. It could mean a knockout or you being 10 short of the prize. And then the plus 40 HP is just ridiculous, pushing EX Pokemon to 210 HP or 190 if you have 160 and stuff like that. And just your non-EX Pokemon, your Pokemon that I can think of, they all have 130. The big hitters have 130. Well, not the big, I shouldn't say the big hitters, but the most popular non-EX Pokemon per se that, a lot of people want to play and actually attack with and stuff have, 130 HP, and putting a Fighting Fury Belt on it, bumps it into, pretty much EX HP status, but still 1 prize, and then you're hitting for 10 more damage just means just wrecking face. Baby Vital is really good with it. The Baby Volcanion's really good with it. Rainbow Road. Xerneas is really good. It's just Fighting Fury Belt. It's just amazing. And then last but not least, I chose Spirit Links actually as a really crucial, important card post rotation. Like I said before, we lose Megaphone and Xerosic and stuff, but be not having to end your turn when you mega evolve, especially when you're playing a mega deck, is ideal. Nobody wants to just evolve and just there goes their turn. They give their opponent free reign to get the first hit on their mega, free reign to not be attacked, and maybe they could have survived. They survived another turn, so you didn't get a prize or two prizes, or they gives them the one turn, the top deck, the sycamore or the whatever they need, to get out of whatever situation you put them in or whatsoever. So I just put Sceptile Spirit Link, Rayquaza Spirit Link, and Mewtwo Spirit Link because those are really the top decks that really kind of rely on the Spirit Links. I mean, you have Alakazam, Spirit Link, Kyogre Spirit Link, Gardevoir Spirit Link, Groudon Spirit Link. But I just dug those three because you'll see these a lot. So Spirit Links for sure. I think are really really important, especially now. All the retrieval, the tool discarding is pretty much gone except for the few Pokemon that do it. Um, that's what I think. Cards wise is what really really important post rotation. Couple cards that I was considering was, let me think, Captivating Pokepuff. I think that card is really really good. I'm not too sure how slept on it is right now. I'm gonna start playing it in a couple decks. I don't have it in any of my decks that I have right now, but to be able to view your opponent's hand is really really strong. To see what they might think about playing, and then making them bench Pokemon, making them bench their Hoopa, making them bench their Shaman, and not getting the benefit out of it, and expanding, making them bench their Night Marchers, just things like that. Just really being able to just genuinely just take a free look at your opponent's hand, I think is really beautiful. What was another card? Um, Jeez. I don't even know. I'm sorry, guys. It's like mad. It's mad early. But yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, rate, subscribe, and if you have a card that I might have missed or didn't really think of, leave it in the comments, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Till next time. Peace.